Hello. Hey, you see those trees right there in front of me? Yeah, those are pecan trees. And I was out here earlier. There goes red. I was out here earlier and I was going to pick up all the limbs that they drop. Every year they drop a bunch of dead limbs. So I did it once before. It turned out really nice. It's been a couple years. So I thought I'd make me another pecan twig bowl. See, I got lots of them laying down here, like everywhere you look. And you can see, you can see more over there and way over there. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to pick up some of these and take them in and cut them up into whatever size I determine, which is yet to be determined. And put a little resin with them. I think I want to make a nice bright one. I like bright, and I want to also make the distinct lip on around the top. I like that. That looks pretty good. Might even go with the walnut bottom. You never know about me. Nothing's in concrete, my friends. Red, what are you doing, buddy? He's over there smelling. He likes chasing squirrels. See you later. Let's go. All right, well, almost. Well, I did. I forgot to turn the camera, but I went out there underneath those pecan trees and gathered up me a bunch of sticks, as you can see, all different sizes. They're all dried pecan. I'll cut them to length or whatever I need to do on the bandsaw when I get ready. So that was, I guess that was step one. All right, I'm gonna seal this. Now, I don't seal it for looks. I seal it because in an attempt, which it works. It's got to help to keep the air bubbles from coming out whenever I pour the resin. Okay. Well, I've got the plug in there. I don't really have any way to hold it down other than put a screw through the bottom, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to four corner it on the tape. We have sort of bad news in a way. It wouldn't fit in the pressure pot. I could have swore it did, but it didn't. I could trim these edges off and make it fit, but that'd be sort of hard to do right now. I may do it after I get done, for this bowl, because I like this bowl. Just come along here, take it on a bandsaw, just come along here and do that. It'll still have its rigidity, I do believe. Well, I already went around and sort of like gave it a nudge like this, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do now. So I need to find a place there that air can get in. Let's see if we can't pop it here. Looks to me like that worked pretty good. That was humongously quick, wasn't it? But what I did, I'm gonna put this back into this bowl. I'm gonna take this bowl over to the little bandsaw and see if I can't cut off about a 1/4 inch. About all I need, and then I'm gonna see if it fits back in there. I think it'll still be stable, but it's this lip right here that gets me. So let's see if we can't get it just come right out. There it goes. Now this did not have the benefit of the pressure pot. So I do see some places in the bottom, which doesn't matter. But overall, I don't see anything. I see beauty. I see potential. Look at there. Look at that red. I heard that blue did in there. And the silver. Yes, I like it. Yes, I do. So it tells me that I really don't need the pressure pot for what I want to do. All right, I'm ready to mixed my other cover. I took it over to the belt sander, sanded off that little lip, and it now fits in there perfectly. But I will advise that if you do this, that you have some way to pull it out, because it fits perfectly and you would have a hell of a time grabbing it. You would end up having to drill some holes in there and put screws in and pull it out. And then, well, that wouldn't ruin it. But, so I'm not going to video all of this pouring that in there. I just sort of probably edit it out anyway, so I'll cut you off here in a second. All right, I got it out and out of the bowl. It wasn't too hard. I think I need to cut the bowl down just a little more. Of course, it probably would help if I wouldn't spill some epoxy next to it. But anyway, there it is, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't know how the bottom part's going to turn out till I get her turned a little bit. I mean, it looks okay from here, but like I said, you know, from here down, it just, you know, I just poured it in and let it sit up on its own. I didn't use a pressure pot, which I don't know if that's an advantage or not. It didn't sink down much. So that's good. Well, neither did this one, and this one was a pressure pot. So I guess the next step is just get it on the lathe and see what we got. So I'll see you when we get there. Okay, well, I'm going to attempt to knock these off. I do know there's several ways to do it, but I've had luck doing it this way before. So I'm going to turn this. I've already turned it up. I know it's fine. I'm going to turn it up to a grand. We'll work this area here. I'll work this later. So let's see what happens here. Turn it up to a grand. All right, I'm going to stop and sharpen this or replace it. I'm going to attempt to clean that bottom off. I've got this cut out and sit on there, so I know where it goes. So we'll move this out of the way. See, it drew me a circle right there. So what I'm going to do now, it's a little trick of mine that I use. I get this out of the way. I tell you what. Being as I've had a hole in my elbow before, I usually don't get it twice, so you take that out until I need it. Alright, that's better. Alright, what I'm going to do, they got a little, I don't even know what it is, a little bitty drill bit there. It's a brad point. Makes it easy to get it started. And I'm going to drill little tiny holes in the red, because that's where this is going to go on. And I'm going to bring them in like so, and they're going to go in a little bit of an angle. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the piece of wood. And that gives you, for the epoxy, that gives you some anchor points. Because I've had them come off before, just by roughing this up or something. Sometimes it just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So, and then turn it like this, see? No, about like so. Don't get too off a minute. That way that epoxy gets under there, see? Don't do it too long, because if it gets hot, it'll fill the hole back up. Leave that for just a minute. Now I'm going to take this piece of wood right here. See, I drew the circle, so that's the edge of this right here. So I know where to put my holes. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to come here, you want to make these sort of grid marks. That'll make my brains working real good. We're going to have to belay this because I got to hollow this out first, because I'm going to come in from the bottom. So this is not wasted. I don't know what's the matter with me today. I got things going on and I just can't keep my mind on what I'm doing. Well, maybe we're ready finally. Anyway, where am I? Oh, that'll just make life a lot easier coming in from the other side. I won't have to drill so far, and then I'll be able to cut that out, and then I got plenty of room to clean it up and shape it. So, the idea is to glue this on and make a mortise in it. This is curly maple, which is plenty hard for that, because all the grain don't run one direction. That's when you don't want to use a mortise. It's when the grain runs one direction. It'll let it pop, regardless of which way it runs. So, anyway, what are we doing here? Okay, this is ZAP, Epoxy 30-minute formula. And this is a hardener. So, I got my Dr. Thunder can ready. And we're going to put some of this stuff in. I would say that looks about right. It's what you call swag. Scientific wild ass guess. And we're going to put some hardware in. fill it up with hardener here. That looks about right. So we should be done with this. I'll set them over here for a second. And see what I'm doing is I got them up even and I'm looking at them and you see that these fill marks right here both line up. They got to be real close to each other, otherwise it means I've been putting a lot more of one than the other in, and I don't want to do that. So doesn't take a whole lot of mixing on this stuff. I don't know what the work time is, but it's not real long, so you can't be farting around. Okay. So I always put this one first. Alright, once I got that one done, then I'll do this one. Make sure it's in those holes. And I'll find my little center point right here. Scoop this up. Now before I tighten it, I'll do a little bit of this right here, just to make sure. Okay, there we go. Now I'll snug it up. Well, this ought to be good and set by now. It's been 2 days. I'm sure it's set a little long. First thing I'm going to do is just get it around, and I'm going to make it part of the base, and then I'll make sure the bottom is flat with a slight concave. Then I'm going to put a mortise in it. Then I'll flip it around and we'll do the inside. I'll be turning the grand. And I'll be using a round cutter. Ooh, Betsy. Oh yeah, that looks all right. That'll clean up. It won't take much. Looks pretty good too. Let me feel that with my bare hand. See if I got it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a humpity-doo right there. It's gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Can't have no humpity-doo. Oh yeah, much better. All right, yeah, it looks pretty good to me. So let's see if we can't clean this up a little bit and put a tenon on it. Tenon, nope. Recess, yes. A little bit. Looks like I need to hit it a little bit more. much better. Yep. Got a little bit of one, not much, don't be much. Oh, go ahead and mark my recess. Just make sure this side don't touch, which I always do. All it does is throw it out of the way. It ain't no big deal. I won't ever do that again. There you go. Oh yeah, I can just tell by gandering. Yeah, just about perfect. Just about an eighth of an inch, just about what you want. I should have had my recess deep. Well, let's try again. That little wobble, you never get them back exactly right. You just never do. It just don't happen. Couple of voids I need to take out, fix rather. That surprises me, because you remember, no pressure pot for that main part right there, here to here. The top part had a pressure pot. But believe it or not, you don't have hardly any. Alright, I'm doing a little bit of sanding. I've already used the 80 grit. This is 240. And I'm trying to get the 80 grit marks out now. A little bit. Well, here you go, guys. It's all done. I'm pretty pleased with it. It sure is nice and bright. It turned out quite well. I did have to redo this under here. I just didn't want to take right. I believe I had too much finish on it, and the burn just didn't want to burn right. So I took it, sanded it down, took it all off, and got it nice and smooth. So it's looking good now. It's hard for me to see it out at viewfinder. So like I said, I'm pleased. And I hope you like what I do. Please subscribe and tell your friends. I don't do this for the money, but I enjoy doing it or I wouldn't do it. This is video number 260. You know, that represents a whole lot of work. Not only do you turn the bowl and all that, but it takes pretty near a half to a full day to edit the video before you can, download it to YouTube. So it's a lot. It's a big old headache, but I enjoy it, like I said, or otherwise I just wouldn't do it. So take care, and I'll catch you later. There's some nice, pretty stills behind, and you know what you got to do. You got to call your mama. She's waiting on you.